The Kingston Public Library kicked off its fall reading series with an author talk that featured author Patry, who led a discussion about her newest novel, which is set on the tip of Cape Cod. PCN stopped in to hear more about the author and what influenced her desire to write.
The name of the book is The Orphans of Race Point. It's been difficult for people to categorize. Some call it a family saga, a love story, a suspense, or a mystery, or even a coming-of-age story. But the truth is it has a little bit of all those elements. My intention when I wrote it was just to tell a really compelling story that people wouldn't be able to put down, to be entertaining, because I think that's one of the duties of a writer. And also, when you finish it, maybe think a little more deeply about certain subjects and certain aspects of your own life. Those are the two things that I think literature can do for people. It lifts you out of your own life, and it also teaches you something about your own. I just like hearing the feedback that I get from other people as to why they read the book. Everyone is different. I write in my living room with my two dogs and at my feet and my cat at my shoulder. And I wrote it longhand, as crazy as that may sound. Certain kind of notebooks, I was fanatic about that. And it really took so long because I wrote one version of it. My agent tried to sell it, and it didn't sell. And an editor had an idea for it that I couldn't accept at the time. But I put it aside for several years, and I woke up one morning, the subconscious mind is always working, and I knew that was exactly what I needed to do. I used to go to the Brockton Public Library, which was a really great library, and it was really many books. I used to like to read a lot of biographies, actually, and I was so inspired by, every week I'd come home with something else I wanted to do. I wanted to fly planes like Amelia Earhart. I wanted to make scientific breakthroughs like Marie Curie. I wanted to be the first woman president. And in writing, you can't do all those things, but in writing, you can imagine. And you can live many lives through writing. So that was part of it. What I would say to someone who wants to become an author is that primarily you have to read. If you don't love books yourself, you're not going to be able to communicate that to anyone else. And just reading, by reading, you assimilate the cadences of the language. It becomes natural to you, the rhythms of plot. Just so much of writing is unconscious, and you just naturally assimilate it through reading a lot. I wrote about the fishing industry in Provincetown, how it's changing, and it's changing life for people down there. And it's very similar to what happened in Brockton with the shoe factories. It changed the whole character of the town. And it's happening, and I've heard from people all around the country, whether in coal mining or working on the railroads, or all walks of life who have been influenced by the changes in our industry.